Hello and welcome back to Space Engineers. My name is Rabenschild and I am not fighting anymore with these things. It's a weird thing. I have put the torpedoes now around the ship, so on the other side there are some too, and they are a bit different from all the other weapons because they would fire automatically, but as I understand it, for one, you definitely need an enemy for them, and the other thing is, as far as I know, you have to tag the enemy. You have to tell the thing, that's the enemy, shoot this. So will be a bit weird because I'm not sure if I can do that from the bridge. I will have to figure out a way to maybe get something like that done, more cameras or whatsoever, but they should work. And I don't know, it's something that up until now was not really needed, but let's say it this way, now that I turned off the shields, we have some more visitors that still try to get the Duchessa. It is broken again. It still needs repairing. The built-in repair systems are now working to remove this scrap here. I have another piece hovering there, but it is just out of reach. So I will have to find a way to get rid of this. Maybe the ship that can scrap it will help. I'm still going out there and finding more and more ores. It's not fun. Uranium is going out like crazy. I found some, and I hopefully can run a bit on this. I tried now to distribute that to all the reactors and all that stuff. The weapons and the shields are eating through that stuff really quickly. So, but the front has two hatches, armor over the tubes now too, that can be activated, deactivated. With these tubes, I hope that I don't end up firing the rockets or the torpedoes into the doors. I will have to remember to open them. Maybe I will put in a camera or something like that so that I can see if they are open or not. This camera, I now got it to work without a weapon or without a thing. I just had to incorporate the camera into the group. You have to group up all the parts of this and then it works. So now I don't have the weapons or the welders sticking out there anymore. The other side, again, I told you, I think is armed now too. And I have done some work with timers so that when these are closed, the torpedoes are off, so that you basically shouldn't be able to shoot the torpedoes into the doors. The big problem that I now run into is that the built-in repair system starts to eat these hatches, these doors, and I constantly have to repair them. That's something I really need to figure out, why the built-in repair system is doing that. One thing I have set up for the built-in repair system that I might want to change is that they start to grind before they weld. I might change that. I will change this now so that everything hopefully doesn't get ground down. I'm pretty sure it's something that happens while the game is loading. The nanites maybe don't register this as something that has power, that has that is mine or whatsoever. So then they start to grind it down. Now they hopefully start welding something before they think, okay, now we can just grind down everything. I hope it works. I exchanged the antenna for one of these antenna dishes. That makes a bit more sense. Is a bit bigger, makes more of an impression here. I think this thing. I damaged this thing multiple times now. Having this to maneuver the rockets into place is just not working out. I need to remove this stick and then get the normal tools back onto it. The more important work that I've done is I have designed new torpedoes, and we will test them out in a bit. So, the new torpedoes. Let's go over it. By the way, there's another red ship out there. This is not set to be an enemy. I didn't need to do that to test out the new torpedoes. I just wanted to have that thing, yeah, don't know, as a test target. The torpedoes fly straight through the shield and then just kill whatever is behind it. Okay, new torpedoes. The new torpedoes for one have two drives now that push them forward, so they speed up a lot faster. Still 3 thrusters that just push out the rockets or the torpedoes out of the tubes here, and there is 2 batteries on here now, and I have side thrust now, so that the curve is a bit better. They point a bit better. It's relatively neat to have that. I have a timer on here now that will come into play a bit in a few seconds. So front cameras, all the usual stuff, and a sensor, because there's now warheads in there, so they explode now. There's 2 small ones in there. It's not that crazy damage, but the red ship after one test fire looks pretty damaged. So the timer. I had a bit of a discussion with one of my viewers about the batteries. The batteries didn't load very fast, and that has to do with so when batteries are in auto mode, I like to just keep my batteries in auto mode because I don't want to change them all the time. So batteries in auto mode put out power while receiving power, so that kind of makes the amount of power that gets stored all the time. It kind of diminishes that. It's not how to say. So you basically get less of positive power into the batteries. For normal batteries in the ship here, it doesn't really matter. I use them mainly as a buffer to power things that suddenly need a lot of energy. So they get powered up and then they stay where they are, and I don't care how long that takes. For these torpedoes, I want them to charge relatively fast. So here I definitely need to set them to recharge. You can see that they are yellow, pointing to the screen completely uselessly. They are set to recharge because then they don't put up power. That gives a greater benefit kind of while charging them up. They charge faster because they don't at the same time accept and put out power. So the thing with the timer is, and that's great in the script, I don't need to basically set up anything. That's something that the timer just does on its own. Once the rocket is fired or the torpedo is fired, it starts up the timer. It just triggers, it changes the batteries to, I've set it to auto. I could set it to just discharge, and then it doesn't matter. So makes it relatively easy. That works immediately without any trouble. The sensor here, also a setting that you basically forget. You just put a sensor on there and warheads. If you have warheads on there, the sensor will recognize them and be the thing that activates the warhead once it approaches a ship. That's a good thing. So I have 2 of them here now. They are relatively big. I know they could be bigger, but they pack a whole lot of punch just for some small self-built torpedoes. It's pretty neat. I've never fired them with the walls here. I hope the walls are not doing anything. Good. Going through the hangar, I'm also working on the hangar. You can see that there's things getting welded up. I'm putting in the ceiling of the hangar so that I then can continue with the walls and put some don't know, ridges in for stability. All that stuff. I'm also working on this area. I've closed off the top part, made a bit of a thing where I can have a staircase running up and down, and then we have this here as the top part, where basically, for one, the entrance to the front area with a nice glass ceiling and all that stuff is, and behind here we have the bridge, or we will have the bridge of the whole thing. It doesn't need to be big. This is not the Starship Enterprise where it needs a huge bridge, because I'm flying it on my own. So status displays for the missiles, and then I have the necessary things on the hotbar down there to be able to take a look with my camera, get this thing in, activate the rockets and lock on, and I can see that now the screen changes. It is searching for that thing. That should change in a bit. Not sure why it is doing that, why it has to search now for that thing, because it should be just there. Maybe we pointed to a point that is not already broken down, target locked. See, it could be that the beam, and that's the weirdest thing, fires through the ship now, because there's a huge hole in the ship. We will fire them from the front again. We can fire them from here too. The 5 is just the firing the weapons. Back here will be the servers for programs I'm running. First 2 are for the rockets, then maybe automatic LCDs, and maybe something else. I'm not sure. I will put down some more LCDs to have the information for power and all that stuff, and I have another one for whatever. I know that there is some LCD scripts now that work together with cameras. I'm not sure. I will have to look into that to maybe get a better grip onto the outside of the ship, because I'm sitting now right in the middle there without basically any windows or something like that. So that's what I said by having trouble with the torpedoes, with the side torpedoes, because I can't lock onto an enemy. I have to see how I can do that. Good. Rockets, or the torpedoes, are charged. They are right now set up to the same firing group, so if I say fire, they will both start. So the red ship is out there. We can just press the button and then everything should start up. Ooh, I have to change this because this programmable block is not there anymore. It is this one now. Run, fire. Yeah, I had to move the programmable block to the bridge, so they go away, get pushed out, and then they start up. I don't know why this one is doing this. The other one is doing everything correctly. This one, for some reason, is not doing it. I'm not sure why. Don't know what he's doing there. I might have to shoot it or something like that. Oh. See? You could see the other one fly around the ship there. See, now the other one impacted because it flew through the ship. I don't know what the second one did there. The welders automatically bring in the next one. Everything is set to recharge again. Is this not set up the correct way? Run. Load missile group 1. Everything should be found. What? Run. Found antennas on firing ship. Okay. It could have to do again with the problem that maybe the camera is not able to get a good lock onto the ship because there's a huge hole in it. We can take a look at this. Have to be careful with the welders. But at least now we have two really well working torpedoes that can punch holes into other ships, and not too small ones. Let's say it that way. Where did the other one impact? Now, could be that it aimed for the middle, then came in from the other side or something like that. See, there is damage and a huge hole in that thing. With that, at least the missile weapons or the torpedoes are done, so I can use them, and yeah, don't know, can be armed against the enemies that might come in and try to get to the Duchessa again. Poor thing. I've put down another railgun turret. These railguns are not cheap, but they don't eat through my energy reserves. That's a good thing. The other railguns take the railguns I had before. Railguns, I have them still. These ones, the railgun turret, they use energy even if they are not firing. So they, I think, constantly use 20 megawatts, and that's not nice if you have multiple ones of them. I haven't tested these railguns. There is other railguns here, but they are, I don't know if that's a good thing. Again, the MCRN, as much as I like them, their limited firing arc kind of makes me not want to use them. So I will take another look at the other railguns in here. They are fairly big too. Maybe I can place another one of these somewhere else, because again the turret One thing I really... It's so small. This is just a itty tiny turret. I thought it would be a lot bigger, but in comparison to the ship, it just looks small. So we maybe can put in another one. Because again, they are not eating through my energy reserves. I'm hopeful that that I can just have multiple ones of them, or not too many. I don't want to have this ship caked in weapons. But so these railgun turrets, they have low input, energy input. That's a good thing. They are loaded up and ready to go. I've reduced their range to the range of the phasers because I was attacked by nearly all the reavers flying through, and I was think, man, what's happening? What's going on? And then I didn't set the range of the railguns. They just hammered away at the reavers and pulled them in. Nice. Next order of business will be for me to again bring one of the other ships in, or go back to the other ships and work with them. I have to think about if my computer will melt whatever I do there, but I need to finish the stocking tubes, work more on the bridge. I found a mod that I want to test. There's a mod out there, and if I use it and if I test it out and use it more, I will give you all the details. There's a mod out there that makes it possible to angle LCD screens. So put them somewhere and then angle them. And that's something I definitely want to test, so that you can basically I can sit here and have angled LCD screens maybe. So see, I can still point at things, but I'm not sure if I can mark things from here. So I will have to test that. That's the problem with, or not the problem with Weapons Core. Weapons Core gives you options. I could have angled LCDs somewhere up here, and I could still see them from my sitting position there, and don't have to do weird things with positioning the seat somewhere where I'm maybe, don't know, far back so I can see the screen still. Pretty neat. Again, the bridge will be nothing too complicated. I will give it some details maybe. I'm not sure yet how to do that. Need to close the walls here, bring in some conveyors to have the option to maybe, yeah, put some air in here, have an independent air source for the bridge and all that stuff. That is all the small details. On the other side, I have the same thing. Again, there will be 2 staircases that lead up to that area and to this area, and yeah, be the connection up and down for this part of the ship. The rest doesn't need too special treatment. I can fly through it. I want to have a walkway through the ship to the back so I can get to all the sections, but I will not make it too beautiful. There will not be crazy rooms for every machinery in the ship here. So this part will just be walled off and will be not too nice. Oh yeah, I've put more refineries up for uranium so that hopefully they can keep up with the uranium needs of the reactors, and my throughput gets bigger then. This one brought in magnesium because now with more weapons, the magnesium magnesium becomes necessary. And let's say that way, I usually, with all the energy weapons, I didn't pack too much magnesium. So that needed to change, also with the explosives and all that stuff. The most work now will be on the outside, a few more weapons, detailing, and then putting in more machinery. I also put more tanks in the back for hydrogen. The front part needs to be walled off, maybe made airtight at some parts, and I need some more braking thrusters. One big detail that needs to be done: the candy cane. This ship will have a candy cane too. The front antenna that sticks out, that most of the bigger ships that I have just have. The Duchessa has one too. This thing. So the front candy cane. It needs to be done. And again, I need to bring in one of the other ships. I think I will bring in the Empress. It is the more maneuverable ship right now. I need the measurements. I kind of forgot the measurements for my standard docking tube. But I think I just wanted to give you this short, relatively short video. For me, work started back up. I will have to work for the next 2 weeks, and then I have 2 weeks off again because we are on Easter break. It's the weird thing that they close the schools 4 months now, and then they just open them up 2 weeks before Easter break, and Easter break will be done. And we are not sure what happens after Easter break. It could be that we go into lockdown again after Easter break, and maybe the schools get closed again. I'm not sure. That again would give me a bit more time to build, and that's the thing. The projects can't, if I'm on work, the projects can't flow so nicely, because sometimes, especially in the first week of having nothing done in 3 months or so, the first week is hard. I'm pretty tired. Good, but people, I think that's all. Can't talk anymore. I think that's all for today. Hope you liked this episode. If you did, please leave a like on the video. Let me know what you think about the torpedoes. Let me know if you have a clue what happened there with the one torpedo. I'm searching for a name for the ship. Needs to be something huge, because we have an Empress already. Maybe we need something that is bigger. And think about it, ships in tradition have more a female version of a name or something like that. I don't know. Empress is already very, very big. Is there something above it? I don't know. Good, people. Thanks for watching. And I will go now. Hope to see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, guys. See ya.